Australian government coming back home is set to reject a US Navy request to send a warship to the Red Sea despite a meeting overnight with the US Defence Secretary Lloyd Austin. Greg, look, I understand why we're not doing it. We literally don't have the boat to send. Now, that's a problem for us to deal with on one hand, but God, it makes us look weak, doesn't it?
Well, it does. There's still a bit of a mystery about why we can't do something. I mean, our frigates are indeed pathetic, clapped-out old, geriatric pensioners who should be, given an honourable retirement in an aged care home. And indeed, if they sail all the way there, they may well need the RACV or the NRMA to help them along the way or something. But if they're there as part of an American task force, they won't be subject to any real danger. You'd put them on the far side of the task force, and they've got sort of anti-ship missiles, and you could put anti-drone systems on them quite quickly. Now, this is the worst decision the Albanese government has taken. It's a shocking decision at every level. It's a spit in the eye to the Americans, just as we are begging the Americans to station 10% of their nuclear submarine fleet in Australia to guard our security. It's a spit in the eye at the Brits, just as we're asking the Brits to send a nuclear-powered submarine all the way from Britain to Australia to defend Australia. It is a sign of the complete shambles this government has made of defence, the utter failure of Defence Minister Richard Marles, that, the Ukrainians sank a Russian capital ship with drones 18 months ago or whatever it was, and we still don't have any drones, any armed drones ourselves, and we don't have any anti-drone capabilities on our ships. But you can put them on if you're urgent about it, but this government is urgent about nothing. And then finally, it's lost all its self-confidence since it lost the voice referendum.
Yes, I agree.
And now it's scared of its shadow. It's scared of the left-wing challenge from the Greens in the inner city. It's scared of the Muslim voters in southwest Sydney. So presumably it doesn't want the Greens saying at the next election, Albanese, the Americans whistled up for military support and Albanese sent a ship. And as a result, it's been lavishly praised. The Albanese government has been lavishly praised in the official Chinese media today.
I know.
Who say, well done, Labor government, you have resisted the American call to escalate the conflict, and your presence would have been an escalation of the military conflict. Well, if Albo wants to end up in the arms of the Chinese Communist Party, spitting in the face of our allies, and if our Navy is so pathetic that we can't send one clapped-out frigate to help an American military task force, then this government has got the country into a pretty shocking situation pretty quickly.